the bar, I'm too persistent. With income and no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But a bar with me, that's a body bag. Yo people, we telling them it's your man Line Jazz back again with another reaction. Right now we got CHUNKZ, PINERO and NELLA Rose discuss online here. Now before we get into it, I just want to say, wait, how do I even show you man now, blood? This is all a long thing, fam, you know what I'm saying, blood? But basically, I created a bunch of playlists or whatever, bro, to basically divide my channel into like little different segmentations and that, fam, you know what I'm saying, blood? So check this. Anyway, you know, so if you go into my channel, you go to playlist, blood, you're gonna see, blood, memes for Dante, margin cut, music reactions, blah blah blah. But I put all of this stuff in comedic reactions, blood, yeah. But I feel like, see, this is why I don't use Google Chrome, blood, because I have so many extensions, blood. YouTube just takes hours to just load up, blood. Let's go into the playlist, man. The people are waiting, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? Apologies, man. Alright, calm. So as you can see, blood, right now, fam, I got basically like all of these series and that, blood, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm gonna take them out. Instead of putting them in comedic reactions, I'm gonna do like Secure the Bag season 1 EP3, make that its own playlist, blood. Flight or Fright, make that its own playlist, because obviously it's like a 4-part series. So if I do like a series on the channel, I'll put that into its separate series. So I'm gonna take these out and segment everything off nicely, blood, you know what I'm saying? So everything's kind of organized. You go to my playlist, blood, or whatever, fam, you can choose what you want to watch, blah blah blah, because on my channel I do a lot of stuff, so I feel like I need to separate everything nicely, innit? But let's get into it though. CHUNKZ, PINERO, NELLA Rose discuss online here, blood. A big topic, blood, but it's something that happens every day to the point where you need to keep on talking about it, fam. You know what I'm saying? People have new experiences with online hate every single day, blood. You know what I'm saying? I haven't experienced it yet. Like, the worst I've got is people telling me that I talk too much in my reactions, blood, or my reactions are dead, fam. You know what I'm saying, blood? But I clap back, fam, and then I never respond anyway, blood. So I basically took the W, fam. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. Fam.
Back with the fourth series of Think Twice. Yes, this is the show where we talk about the hottest topics in the world right now.
Oh, and this special episode is focused on one thing and one thing only: sports.
But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the post notifications. And that's on period.
That's on everything.
Everything.
Let's go.
Go. Let's go.
Nah, you might not care, but I just Luke Shaw feared unusual ligament injury would have ruled him out of Euro 2020, bro. Hopefully my guy's cool, bro. Man can't have another big injury like that again, fam. Come on, man. Especially with the season he's had, bro.
Now this round is called Agree or Disagree. Now we're given a statement and we have 3 seconds to either agree or disagree.
We'll then discuss our answers and decide whether you want to stick to your statement or change it.
I didn't get any lines for this bit.
Because you're not included in this.
Do we move to agree, disagree?
Yes, that's
okay. You have your time to shine.
So in the sport of your choice, you'd rather be a fringe player for England than a starter for another national team?
That's a great question.
What the hell is a fringe player, blood?
Now.
1 minute. Alright, back into it, fam.
The sport of our choice, probably, let's just make it fair for everyone, will be football. Okay. Because we all love football here, especially you. You're probably one of the best pundits I've seen in my life.
Nah, NELLA Rose is probably, I'm not trying to be sexist here, but what's the sport called again? Forgot what the sport's called, blood. Netball, you know what I'm saying? One of them kind of sports, or badminton, track and field maybe, you know what I'm saying, blood. What is a fringe player, blood? What is that? Like a bench warmer, blood? Like, what the hell? What is a fringe player? Is a player in a team that is not? Yeah, exactly. A regular star. Okay, yeah. So, bro, why are you trying to make it all awkward, bro? Basically, be a bench warmer. You're getting violated, fam. You know what I'm saying? You're a bench player. You warm the bench. Would you rather be a bench warmer or a main starter, fam? So let's go back to that question, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah.
Sport of your choice, you'd rather be a fringe.
It's okay. You have your time to shine.
So in the sport of your choice, you'd rather be a fringe player for England than a starter for another national team?
That's a great question. Now, the sport of our choice, probably,
I'd be a starter, blood. I'd be a starter for like Jamaica or Gambia, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just make it fair for everyone. Will be football. Okay. Because we all love football here, especially you. You're probably one of the best pundits I've seen in my life.
Football style.
What do you think about Cristiano Ronaldo's performance for Man United?
Amazing. Beautiful.
What about Eden Hazard's performance for Doncaster City?
Mediocre, a little bit.
So what about the fact that Ronaldo actually plays for Juventus and has a...
I think that's really interesting.
wait, can you actually name any footballers?
Huh? Loftus.
Of course.
Because he's because he's supposed to be a pretty boy, I guess. Yeah, sure, mate. Sure, of course, blood. And he's cheeks, blood. I swear he's in like Cardiff or something, blood, right now.
Loftus.
Of course.
I think I would rather play for my nation that my family are from.
Yeah, that
because I love football so much. I wouldn't want to be a fringe player. I would want to play for Sierra Leone.
I disagree with that statement.
Yeah, you'd rather be a fringe player.
No, did I tell you why? Because if you're talking about it's not about the country, it's talking about career.
Yeah.
In terms of like actually becoming like a bigger name and earning more peas for the family and for the country that you love.
Yeah.
You can actually play fringe and get more.
Let me just.
Wait, I haven't finished though. That's the thing. I haven't actually. You can market yourself better if you're an England player than if I was to play for Somaliland because
If you're a bench warmer, blood, you ain't nothing special, fam. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he's there, but he's a bench. Like, you're like a Sissoko on the France team, fam. You know what I mean?
not getting in the World Cup, so we're not getting
But
plus, also, last point quickly. I can just work harder and hopefully become a star. Why that mindset?
let's say you are a world-class player, yeah?
I am.
Yeah, and I can tell. Like, we watch soccer already. You've done an amazing thing.
CHUNKZ is only deadly with just a dead ball, set ball, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Dead ball right there in front of him. He's a, you know what I'm saying? He can cause some havoc, fam. You know what I'm saying? But ball moving, rotating, fam. You know what I'm saying? Ping pong, pum pum, tiki taka, all of that, fam. Awful, like awful, fam.
But my thing is, like, say
now that he's slimmed down a bit, he can work on that, fam. You know what I mean?
like, we watch soccer already. You've done an amazing thing. But my thing is, like, say for example,
Easy.
I supported my friends at home because that's what you do with your friends.
I wouldn't have that.
I don't feel supported when you're telling me about my performance.
Bro, because you missed doesn't make you a bad friend.
Got the
It's locked
cameras.
today, it's fine, man. It's 2 o'clock, man. You change this, you wear that Calvin Klein dress, man.
Bro, you're just hood rich. Anyway,
You can find those clothes at Foot Asylum.
yes,
You can also
if you
find
use
Nella's outfit as well.
yeah, if you use a discount, Mibrock, you'll be able to find it. My thing is, yeah, look at it like this, yeah? You are from Somaliland, you're a world-class player. Let's say, for example, you're in the same breath as all these world-class players, yeah? But England ain't selecting you.
Yeah.
Do you know what you will do for Somaliland if you go and play for them? They're not going to be expecting you to come and play for that team. You're going to be able to put your own country on the map. I think, the way I love football, I want to play every game. And if I think I'm at that level where I should be playing, then I think I would go back to my country as well.
I love Somalia, but it's a thing where you have to think about opportunities. The fact that Somaliland won't get to the World Cup like that, it's like you're kind of wasting your international career. Africa Cup of Nations, you won't probably qualify. You're limiting yourself, I feel.
What if you're from Nigeria or Ghana?
That's different. Yeah. That's different. Like,
But look at Wan-Bissaka then. Wan-Bissaka,
Congo.
great right back, but he's not being selected by England.
He's from your country.
He's from your country, yeah?
you heard about Aaron Wan-Bissaka, innit?
No.
Nope. The guy that plays for Man United?
No.
No, I'm joking. He doesn't play for Man United. He plays for Man City.
I don't know.
I say we move on from this one because I don't want to buy it, Nella Rose.
So you agree, and I disagree.
I'm a bit partial.
And I don't know what they were talking about the whole time.
I'm doing this.
I'm going to go with I disagree. I want to play for Sierra Leone Football Club if England don't want me. But if you do want me, my dad there, St. George's.
And what I'm going to say
sir.
is, I'm cut in the middle, so for that, I'm going to throw it.
All right, guys, so this round is called Imagine That. So we will be given some scenarios and we'd have to imagine ourselves and what we would do in that situation. Isn't that right, guys?
It's
I
right.
can't wait. I just want to imagine stuff today.
Yeah. Imagine this. Let's go.
Which of these athletes have done the most for sport? Serena Williams, David Beckham, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan.
God damn. See, I don't really watch tennis like that, so I don't know what kind of impact she would have had. But being a woman and dominating the sport like she has, I would say she's, you know what I'm saying, definitely made a big impact. But obviously tennis is one of them sports that's kind of more for the hoity-toity people. Like, if you don't have a certain status and certain, you know what I mean, you can't get into, you know, like, it's just seemed one of them, like, hiatus status kind of sports and that, fam, you know what I mean? But are all of these man, though? Are all of these man? Probably, bro, either Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali. Those are my top two, bro. But obviously Serena Williams might have done a brazenness on her side, but I just don't know because I'm not involved in tennis like that, you know what I mean?
I'm going to say it's a toss-up between Muhammad Ali and Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Done most for the sport.
those that don't even know about basketball know who Michael Jordan is.
Muhammad Ali locked off the whole of Congo.
Have you ever heard
one
fly
match.
like a butterfly, sting like a
bee? It's float like a butterfly.
Well,
Fly like a
float
butterfly.
like a butterfly, sting like a
bee. When MJ can retire from basketball, yeah, go and play baseball, allow a team to win the championship twice with Houston Rockets, come back and then dominate again.
I'll tell you why I know, yeah? It's not even big because Nella doesn't know what team MJ played for.
Ha!
What team did he play for?
They're gonna finish me.
What team did he play for?
Huh?
What team did MJ play for?
Lakers.
Lakers. And there you go. Whereas Muhammad Ali was what was he?
You said Lakers. But Serena, for me, I don't just say just as a woman, but as an athlete, amazing. But I don't think that she's the greatest in the tennis sport, bro. I'm talking about Muhammad Ali will go down as one of the greatest boxers of ever. Michael Jordan is...
There are people that say that Floyd's better.
Because he's unbeaten.
Yeah, but not only that, it's because of the fact that Floyd...
I think that Muhammad Ali really...
Not gonna lie up, bro. I feel like I'm gonna have to say Muhammad Ali, bro. I feel like because whether you talk about boxing, Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest athletes to ever live. You annihilate boxing, just talk about his antics, all of that outside the ring, still one of the greatest people to ever live and do it, blood. You know what I'm saying, blood? Like, obviously Michael Jordan as well, blood, with the work ethic, all of that, fam, you know what I mean? But I feel like I'm gonna have to say Muhammad Ali, man. He's just an inspiration, man. Just on so many levels, man. So
truly, apart from his boxing, it was remembered for the stuff he done outside of boxing.
Yeah. But for me, I feel like that is true. That is true.
It is.
There's better boxers than Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
There's not a better basketball than MJ.
So that's what I say.
But do you think popularity kind of like ties into like whether you're the greatest or not, because it can also be debatable that there were people better than Michael.
Beckham was
Alex Ferguson had to get rid of Beckham because he was getting too famous.
No, but that's the thing though. But Beckham was so good, but he was so famous. So people only remember Beckham for the famous stuff. But the guy was an incredible football player, bro. Like, he was one of the best wingers in the world, bro. And he was at the time, bro, during his prime, before he went to Real Madrid, and even at Real Madrid, he was one of the best wingers in the world.
He was part of the treble side, so of course.
Come on, bro. And he moved to Galacticos to Real Madrid. You don't go there for and you're a joke,
and then also because of how marketable he was.
Okay, cool. That's true.
The posh spice.
You don't care about basketball, but you know MJ and you know Chicago Bulls, bro.
Like, it was Chicago Bulls?
Yeah, no, it was Lakers. And then I think the Last Dance documentary just solidified it, bro. Like, it solidified.
We haven't got a Muhammad Ali doc. Isn't it, bro? He was fighting in the times where the mafia were fixing fights, and because he wanted to turn Muslim, they were like, we'll end your career, we'll ruin you, and he had to go through all this, you know what I mean? Just
that's what I'm trying to say to you, that's outside of
racism.
Sport. The question was what they done for sport.
Is it for sport?
Yeah. For sport. Michael Jordan, man. MJ.
Michael Jordan, definitely.
Yeah.
But then Michael Jordan wouldn't be as prolific without Pippen and Dennis Rodman. There you go. Thank you so much, Nelly. You actually helped me out.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I'm gonna say MJ. I'm gonna say Megan Thee Stallion. This round is called Deep and We're going to be talking about the deeper issues in life. We'll be read out a statement and we have to actually just discuss the situation.
Yeah.
So, you ready for this, HB?
Yeah.
This guy's crazy.
School.
Are social media channels doing enough to combat racism towards sports stars and celebrities?
No, they're not, blood. They're not doing that, fam. You know what I'm saying? Because people only pop out when issues popping off, basically, but people only show up when they really have to, and it's going to affect their brand. In a time where BLM is not the talk of the situation, when a time of racism online isn't a topic of or whatever, blood, like, you never see anyone really going out the way to make an effort or do any, you know what I mean? Like, everyone only tries to do something and try and make change when the pot is really brewing and the lid is, you know what I mean? You know, like when like a pot's boiling and the lid's doing this. Like, that's the only time these companies and that come out and do a thing, because realistically, they don't care, blood. They don't give a shit, fam. You know what I'm saying? But they never got out the way to make a grand gesture, but it's only when the thing's at boiling point, fam, and everything's popping off, then you want to come and do this and that and movement.
Was doing enough to combat racism towards sports stars and celebrities?
Guys, do you know how I know that statement is cap here? I'm not really into football. I don't really watch sports. I'm not really a sports kind of person, yeah? But there's this one guy, he's even your friend, Sterling or something.
Who's Sterling?
Yeah, yeah.
He could do anything. Yeah, he could do anything, yeah? And then I'll just see him get dragged on the tabloids. And I'm just like, I don't see that same energy being kept for other people. And I don't even watch football.
That's because the people are favourites, bro. It's like, for example, Man United, blood. This isn't even a racism thing or whatever that I'm even chatting about, but just in general, blood. Like, you just have your certain scapegoats for the certain sports, blood, and especially in football as well. Yeah, in a team, when someone has a mad performance, blood, or does dead, blood, like a pub will get criticised type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll get dragged for days, blood. Then Rashford comes and does the exact same thing and drops a stinker. No one says anything. Not to say that you should get dragged and all of that, but I'm just saying people never keep the same energy and keep the same energy for every single person. Everyone just have favourites, and you have your golden boys and your people that just your scapegoats. Like when Fred has a mad, dusty performance, everyone has something to say. But now when it's McTominay, no one really say. You know what I mean, blood? Like when Bailly does something bad, like everyone hears about it. But when Maguire does it, you bet. You know what I mean? It's like that, man.
It's being allowed.
That's a good segue into saying shout out to all the players that actually deal with this rubbish, because the mental strength for this must be crazy. Because obviously we get hate and X, Y, Z, but obviously it can't be in the magnitude that you guys receive.
100%, man. Shout out to you lot, man.
For the athletes that
and
deal
also
with
shout out to the players that back players that are not even on the same team as them when they see that online.
When I just said what I said, by the way, for people not to get misconstrued, I'm chatting about the media, blood. I'm chatting about the media, because you know social media doesn't care, but they don't care who you are. They'll rip into you no matter what. But when I'm chatting about the media specifically, they have their favourites, and then they have the people that they'll just rip into whenever they want. When they'll just talk about a next man, or just literally will just like brush over it like it's, you know what I mean, blood? Like, I don't like that, bro. I really don't like that.
And abuse, because I think it's a togetherness that we're starting to see now. Yeah. Like, people have had enough in it. Like,
how would you police it, bro? What would you suggest?
I would say, you have to send in your ID before you have a login to any social media app, because no one's gonna really tweet negative stuff and stuff that is racist that can potentially get them in trouble off their personal account, bro. And when they do it, there's no one to police it. There's no one to say, okay, cool, this comment, because for example, let's say you was to cuss me and I reported it, and Instagram saw that you done something wrong.
What's my consequence for that hate crime?
Get rid of it. You're not allowed to use that platform again. Yeah. Again.
Yeah, but they don't do that. The fact that they don't do that.
That's the problem, though. But you asked me how I police it. That's how I would. You got to come hard on this, because the thing is.
Come hard on this?
Yeah, that's what she said. The people that are getting abused are a minority. Yeah, it's the black people, it's the Asian people, it's the people who are not a religion or whatever. Then it's players who have had a bad performance. Bro, we saw what happened to Ollie McBurney the other day. Someone was allowed to come up to him and film him, and people were doing anything for clickbait. Yeah. So we're in a place where it's like, no one's safe from it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you speak up about your religion, people say that you cuss your religion. So I think personally, these apps, these people that own these apps need to start being tougher on the people that are allowed to even use that.
You see with the Super League thing, yeah? Within a week, it was old news. But and do you know why they dealt with this so quickly? Because
money.
It messed with their money. But you see now racism and that, I don't touch the Govey's money, or I don't touch the FA or UEFA. So they're just kind of like, say no.
How long have you been saying kick out racism?
We'll make a couple of badges and say no to racism. We'll jump off social media for the weekend, then that'd be nice.
What do you not think of that the boycott? The social media boycott?
I don't understand it. Yeah. Like, I don't even get it. Like, fair enough, I was a bit annoyed because I couldn't see the lineups, but I just waited for the team to start, the match to start, and I can see the lineups. Like, what does that do? Like, what they need to actually put in sanctions and actually start scaring people. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. The fact that there's no sanctions, why are you going to be scared? Fair enough, now they'll deactivate your account. What to do? You just make another one.
Make a new one,
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, someone with a verified account with 1 million followers ain't going to talk nuts because they're scared about their account. Their account is big. Someone with 46 followers with Harry Kane as their DP.
On Twitter, by the way, bro, getting 46 followers is actually an achievement, bro. People who meet me with like 2 followers, like actually like having like a K, bro, on a certain level, bro, having 100K on Twitter, I feel like it's bigger than any other social media platform, though, because getting followers on Twitter, bro, it's low-key tough, man, not gonna lie. It's low-key tough, fam. You know what I mean? The average person,
they don't care.
Has the average person barely has even 100, but you go on Instagram, the average person has 100, 200, 500, fam. You know what I mean, blood? But on Twitter, fam, way less, blood. Way less.
Because they'll just make a next one tomorrow.
I feel like in our like generation, there's no rules and regulations to hate crimes.
No, there's not.
Do you know what I mean? If it's online, it's okay. Like, what the is that about? Like, these are the people with mental health, like, you're dealing with what? Imagine, say, for example, I was a famous footballer and I've wanted to be a famous footballer since the age of 3. Deep that I'm living my dream and you lot are just ruining it by slapping me on tabloids every weekend because I'm just living my best life and you want to turn it to something negative. Why? Because I'm
racism.
black.
Let's just call it a spade, bro. If it was white people getting abused online by black people, the FA would do something about it. There's no black people at the top to make an effective change.
True.
We don't have enough black coaches. There's a lot of things that don't allow us, to protect ourselves. For example, now a player's been racially abused. Yeah, you don't know how mentally it's affecting him. He's walking off the pitch because he can't play no more. You're telling him to come back on the field. What the hell is that? Like,
you need to be careful. You're talking too much facts. You might get assassinated tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't care, bro. I actually don't care because at the end of the day, the amount of millions that these players get doesn't mean that they should be able to be getting abused. They should be protected.
I see people saying, chuck racism at me. I'll take $1 million a year. You won't. You say that because you haven't got it. But I'm telling you now.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, man.
Racism at me. I'll take $1 million a year. You won't. You say that because you haven't got it. But I'm telling you now, just because someone's in the public.
I always say this to people as well, fam. You only make, like, when people say, would you rather, would you this, would you that, fam, you're only saying it because you're not actually living that reality, blood. You have the freedom of saying it because it's not actually happening. If it were actually happening, fam, you'd be thinking completely different, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Kyle, because they're not playing.
The first day, second day, you might be calm, but the third, fourth, fifth, a week down the line, a month, years, bro. Fam, it's going to take a strain on you.
And well, doesn't mean that they're now allowed to be subdued to
that's like,
racism.
So any normal person that's watching this that actually feels like it's cool to send normal abuse at people, imagine someone coming into your workplace, and because you didn't put up this on the wall or you didn't send this email right now, they come in and tell you that you're a this and you're that and racially abusing you or calling you this and that. How would you feel? It's direct in your face. That's what it feels like. But the people that are receiving this abuse can't even say nothing because it's the brand, you should know better. But that's not fair. So I just
protecting a brand that's not even protecting you.
Yeah, bruv, like, you get me, bro, like.
You decided to wake up and speak nothing but facts.
Yeah, you chose violence today.
All jokes aside, honestly, I feel like, the FA or the UEFA, whoever's involved, I don't care who it is, just needs to start including some sanctions and the feds need to start getting involved because people deserve that crime. Like,
it's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime. So you need to actually, scare people to know. Because the thing is, now if you tell me to change people's mindsets, that's very hard. Making someone that's grew up just knowing racism, telling them to change their way of thinking, it's going to be hard. But what you can...
Sometimes people don't even, it's not even like they're good with it. Some people there'll be people in there that are just following a trend, fam, because they see other people doing it. Now they're doing it just for the sake of it, bro, because that's what the world is nowadays, fam. You know what I mean? Just follow, bro. You have followers, blood, on social media. You just have other people not using the train of thought and the actual own mind. They're just following for the sake of following, fam. You know what I'm saying? That this following thing, fam. Yeah, it's all a long thing, fam. Follow me, follow who, follow he, follow high, follow thy. It's just follow, man.
Can do is scare them to actually not want to do it anymore because of the fact they're scared of it.
Start slapping fines.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna now lie and say we want the whole world to become not racist.
The thing is, like, you can't even slap fines though, especially on social media accounts. Oh, you fine Like, how are you actually gonna get them to pay it, fam? You don't have no ID, you don't know how to identify them, so how are you gonna actually bang them fine? You know what I mean?
That's not gonna happen. It's not. You know what I mean? Let's be honest.
One day.
I hope, God willing, but of course now if we're being realistic, that's not gonna happen. But what you can do is make people scared to talk about their bigoted views and they're crazy the way they look at people because
and
now.
Also, bro, from the time you have certain people acting like, for example, the way these random accounts be acting and saying these mad ish blood, you actually have people in the actual industry. You have people in power and people with a mad voice, blood, and a mad platform actually acting like idiots as well, being racist, saying mad outlandish things, fam. So from the time you're allowing people into the industry or whatever industry it is like that, fam, like that obviously just gives people, like, just any random person just gives them the what do you call it, kind of like the just to go ahead to basically do whatever they want. Like, if they're up there saying and doing that, fam, you know what I mean? Like, why can't I do it here? Because the people up there, when they're doing those kind of things, like, they're not being made an example of, fam, you know what I mean? They're just basically being moved with free will. And this person, blood, who can go into social media and basically act like his effing ghost, brother, or John Wick, fam, and actually have no past or history or whatever, blood, because all he has to bang in is a fake name and a fake this and a fake that, fam, you know what I'm saying? Like, just gives him the go-ahead to do whatever, man. Like, it's bad though.
Let's be honest.
One day.
I hope, God willing, but of course now if we're being realistic, that's not gonna happen. But what you can do is make people scared to talk about their bigoted views and they're crazy the way they look at people because now people are too comfortable about talking about a mad thing. Like, they'll look at a black person and say X, Y, Z. Because they know now the most they're gonna get is, oh, you don't do that. Don't say that. Social media platforms are definitely not doing enough to combat racism because it's not hurting their pockets. At the end of the day, whether they do it or not, you know how people say don't fix something if it's not broken?
Yeah.
For them, it's not broken, so they don't have to fix it because it's not messing up with their bread. People keep downloading the apps, they're getting more money, more revenue. Why am I gonna now protect these people that are getting racially abused? It's not doing anything. Whereas now, if people start boycotting and actually stop using these social media platforms, but we're not gonna do that. We're actually not gonna do that.
We need it.
So what we need to do now is introduce sanctions where people actually start to get fined, potential jail times, and their IP
criminal
address
records.
and the IP address gets completely banned where they actually can't use social media. We can't use social media in general.
Yeah.
And also like ID, so you have to put up the fact that
man.
Yeah.
Because that helps, man.
And honestly, that's what I'd say. They say, what would you do? We've given you about 43 flipping tips on what to do. So. Yeah.
I was chatting to this girl the other day, her name's called Sam Mary, and that's a summary of everything. So I'm gone, I've been HP, you've been CHUNKZ, you've been NELLA.
I've been NELLA.
It's been great. I'm not gonna lie, I think if you can just like, comment and subscribe, just hit the notification bell just a few times, like tap it very, very hard, and you'll see more content coming your way.
Don't too hard, because you don't want to break your sensor on the map.
Here we go.
I'll be honest with you, I want to end this episode with something amazing.
That's right. Absolute tramp.
That's the thing.
Back in the day, you
couldn't,
like that.
You had to wait till like.
I do not care. I don't want to see the next episode, fam. But hey, hope you man enjoyed that one though. That was your boy Man Lion Jais reacting to Think Twice. Yeah, Think Twice blood with Nella Rose, CHUNKZ, and I was going to say Darkest Man and Harry PINERO blood. I'll catch you man in the next one, blood. It's your boy Man Lion Jais, and I'm out here, fam. In a bit, people. In a bit.
Bar after bar after bar after bar after bar, I'm too persistent. Whipping comment, no cast. Get it on my own, no collab. But for bar with me, that's a body bag. Your mans want smoke, then he leaves with a toe tag. Whole squad hit with a double mag Glock. Got left in the street and the body's getting chucked. Bullets with names and your shit's getting popped. Better be with me and the bag's getting cocked. Still gotta chase the bag, humble. Ain't gotta brag in a league on my own and my stats getting flagged. Hit me for the feet, got verses in stats. Come through like the queen, gotta pay that tax. Premium sir.